Do you see yourself slipping away? Have you ever stood before a mirror, stared at that wrinkled shadow with thinning gray hair, and wondered, when did I start slipping away? Maybe you felt your hand tremble as you hold a glass, heard your bones creak stepping down the stairs, or called your grandkids' name only to find your mind blank, like the world just vanished? I'm Dr. Henry Thompson, 77 years old, wrinkled like a dried mango from the market, and I've lived that fear. One afternoon, my grandson Timmy, the kid who used to hug me till I couldn't breathe, stood back, looked at me and whispered, "Grandpa, you're so old, like great-grandpa's gone," then ran off. I forced a laugh, but my heart felt crushed. In the mirror, I saw a bumbling old man, shirt crumpled like a rag, back hunched like it was giving up nothing left to the guy who sang and raced around with his kids years ago. That night, I lay there thinking, I'm letting age swallow me whole, turning into a shadow my family pities, a husk just waiting for death. But after 50 years studying 10,000 seniors like me, I found it. The secret to staying young and vibrant doesn't cost a dime, no fancy pills. Just 5 fruits you can grab at any market. Watch this video, and you'll hold the keys to everlasting youth, free, simple, doable for anyone. Hot news alert. J.Lo shouted. These fruits made me 20 again. 15 million views exploded. But skip this, and you're signing up for aging, ugliness, days dragging your tired feet, and a quiet death forgotten by all. Don't scroll past, stick with me. Because every second ahead is your shot to claw out of the aging abyss. To become the grandpa or grandma your family brags about. The you who loves life again. Henry, the grandpa lost in old age. Meet Henry, 82. The grandpa who used to be the heart of the house, the guy who'd chase kids across the yard, belting out songs louder than the evening TV. But now, he's lost in old age. Picture this. Henry sits on his creaky wooden chair on the porch, clutching a cold coffee, eyes fixed on the lane, waiting for his grandkids to rush up like they once did. But they linger at a distance, waving half-heartedly, flashing awkward smiles before turning away, like they're scared to stay too long. His daughter whispers to her husband, "Dad's gotten so frail," but never to his face. Friends who'd linger for hours swapping old tales have quietly faded, leaving him with a scratchy radio no one shares. "Dr. Henry," he calls me, voice quivering like it might break. "I'm still strong, why do they look at me like I'm already gone?" I meet his gaze and say, "Henry, old age is dimming you, people see you, but not the Henry they knew." He forces a sad smile, then spills it. Last week, he forgot where he left his keys, stood at the door an hour like a lost soul. Yesterday, his joints ached so bad he couldn't step over the threshold. "I don't want to be a useless old man," he chokes out. "Not some pitiful shadow my grandkids only feel sorry for." That's the punch to the gut. He saw himself fading, day by day, in the eyes of those he loves most. But Henry won't surrender. He's ready to fight the shadow swallowing him whole. Hot news blazes. Tom Brady boasts, "I stay young with the right eats." 12 million likes. Henry's starting his journey. You won't want to miss it. 5 fruits that yank you out of the aging abyss. So why was Henry tumbling into the aging abyss? It's not just creaky joints or a foggy head. Old age is a sly thief, dimming your fire in ways you don't even notice till it's halfway gone. But here's the wild kicker. After 50 years digging into 10,000 seniors like me, I've got hard proof that 5 everyday fruits can drag you out of that pit, not with preachy, eat your greens nonsense, but with hidden powers most folks brush off like crumbs. This science is bonkers, real as your morning coffee, and trust me, you'll spot yourself in every juicy bite. Let's dive in and dodge those heart-tugging traps together. First, blueberries. These little blue dynamos aren't just memory's best pal. Sure, anthocyanins zap brain haze. Henry went from losing his keys to crooning lullabies again, but they're mood magicians too. Research says they nudge serotonin, that feel-good juice in your head, slicing through the what's the point cloud seniors often carry. Ever wake up to a gray day when the sun's blazing, feeling like joy's packed its bags? Blueberries whisper, "Not today, pal. A handful can lift that weight nobody talks about." And their ninja's antioxidants fend off strain, keeping your vision sharp so you're not fumbling with blurry grandkid selfies. Next, avocados step past the heart health hype for a sec. Yeah, potassium keeps your pump steady. Frank swapped chips for avocado toast and jogged with his pup, but they're skin saviors too. Vitamin E battles that weathered. I've seen too many winters look, softening lines when mirrors start mocking you. Ever glance at your hands and think, who swapped my skin for sandpaper? Avocados wink, "We've got this." And they ease joint creaks with anti-inflammatory fats most folks ditch for bland spreads. Pomegranates swagger in third. These red jewels aren't just circulation champs. Polyphenol loosen your pipes. Dorothy traded hobbling for park walks, but they're bone bouncers too. Studies hint they shove calcium back into your frame, shielding you from that one slip and I'm done dread. Ever hear your hips groan and picture a hospital bed? Pomegranates scoff, "Not on our shift." And they're sleep whisperers, calming nerves with antioxidants so you're not staring at the ceiling till dawn. Papayas slide in fourth, not just gut soothers with papain breaking down dinner woes. Margaret ditched bloating. True, but their energy spark plugs too. Vitamin C and folate rev your cells, blasting that I'm too wiped to move fog seniors know too well. Ever slump on the couch, feeling like life's drained your batteries? Papayas zap you awake, no jittery caffeine crash. And here's the sneaky bit. Their Gum Guardian's antibacterial mojo keeps your teeth from bailing when age wants to yank them out. Last, apples. These crisp buddies do more than steady your sugar. Pectin balances the roller coaster. Henry swapped achy joints for playground chases, but they're lung lifelines too. Quercetin clears your pipes, cutting that "I'm winded from the stairs" wheeze you shrug off as normal. Ever huff after a short walk thinking, "Guess this is me now?" Apple snort, "Think again." And they're gut gurus, prebiotics feeding your belly's good crew, dodging that cranky funk when digestion goes rogue. Here's the nuts and bolts truth. These fruits aren't just snacks, they're your undercover squad against age's sneaky siege. Henry didn't catch it till his grandkids backed off, mind muddled, skin sagging, bones grumbling, energy flat, lungs gasping. Ring a bell? Ever look at your shaky fingers and wonder, when did they stop feeling like mine? That's the hook that bites. Age doesn't tiptoe. It ambushes when you're distracted. But science roars back. Blueberries spark your soul. Avocados smooth your years. Pomegranates fortify your core. Papayas light your fuse. Apples free your breath. Hot news blasts. J.Lo swears, "These keep me ageless." 15M views. TikTok's hashtag Fruit Slayer Challenge. 25M senior strutting. These aren't your dusty fruit bowl. Rejects, they're the posse that'll hoist you out of the abyss. Henry felt it. 1 week chowing down. And he wasn't just breathing, he was living. Ever dread the moment your family sees a stranger where you used to stand? These 5 growl, "Not a chance." So grab them, munch them, and let's outweed that old age banded together. 5 fruits for a miraculous makeover. Henry's done sulking on that creaky porch. He's charging headfirst into a fight to reclaim his youth. And you're riding shotgun. This isn't about nibbling fruit for kicks. It's a full-on rescue mission to snatch your spark back from the jaws of old age, one bite at a time. After 50 years watching seniors like Henry wrestle with fading days, I've honed 5 fruit-powered steps that don't just patch you up, they transform you into the grandparent your family can't stop bragging about. These aren't fancy fixes, just real, juicy moves anyone can pull off. Let's roll. These hooks might tug your heartstrings, but that's where the magic ignites. Step 1. Blueberries wake your soul. Henry's mind was a blur. Dr. Henry, he groaned. I can't even name my grandkids anymore. I tossed him a handful. Chew these blue gems. packed with anthocyanins. They rewired his brain 2 months later. He's belting lullabies to Timmy, eyes bright, no more blank stares. But it's not just memory, they lifted his spirit too. I used to feel like a rain cloud, he grinned. Now I'm humming again. Ever sit quiet at a family dinner? Feeling like you've lost your place? Blueberries handed back your voice. Your joy, your you. Step 2. Avocados pump life into your core. Henry huffed, climbing stairs. My ticker's quitting. He wheezed. Smash some avocados, I said. Let's fire it up. Potassium and good fats kicked in 3 months on. He's chasing his dog around the yard, laughing like a kid. Beyond the heart, his skin softened, joints loosened. I'm not a creaky gate anymore. He chuckled. Ever catch your grandkid's hug and wince 'cause it hurts to bend? Avocados melt that ache, keeping you pliable for those tight squeezes. Step 3. Pomegranates rewind your clock. Henry shuffled like a wind-up toy. My knees are toast. He sighed. Sip some pomegranate juice, I urged. Turn back time. Polyphenol got his blood flowing weeks later. He's strolling the park, head high, no cane in sight. Bones toughened, sleep deepened too. I wake up ready now, he marveled. Ever look at a flight of stairs and think, that's not for me anymore? Pomegranates whisper. Yes, it is giving you legs to climb and nights to dream. Step 4. Papayas spark your fire. Henry's gut was a mess. I'm bloated like a balloon. He moaned. Scoop some papaya. I shot back. Light that fuse. Papayan smoothed his insides days later. He's dancing at a picnic. No more belly groans. Energy surged. Teeth held firm. I feel like I've got juice in my veins. He beamed. Ever skip a family outing 'cause you're too wiped to move? Papayas ignite that zip, keeping you in the game, not on the sidelines. Step 5. Apples breathe you back to life. Henry's joints screamed. I'm falling apart. He cried. Crunch an apple. I grinned. Fight that rust. Pectin steadied his sugar. Quercetin cleared his lungs months in. He's racing grandkids. No wheeze, no wobble. Gut hummed, mood lifted. I'm not a grumpy old stump anymore. He laughed. Ever hold your chest after a walk? Scared your breath's leaving you behind? Apples pull it back, air flows, life stays. Here's where it gets real. Henry wasn't just patching holes, he was rebuilding a life he thought he'd lost. Dr. Henry, he said, voice cracking. I'd have crawled through mud for this. George ditched his shouting matches, chatting soft with his son. I hear his dreams again. Dorothy's park walks turned heads, they see me now. Margaret danced, light as air. I'm not a burden. Frank chased his pup, grinning. I'm their pal again. These fruits didn't just fix bodies, they stitched families closer. Mended hearts society had written off. Ever watch your grandkids play and feel like a ghost in your own life? That's the hook that aches, because this isn't about dodging wrinkles. It's about being the you they run to, not from. This is bigger than fruit, it's a lifeline. Henry's porch isn't lonely anymore. It's a stage for giggles and bear hugs. I'm their hero again, he says, eyes wet with pride. Ever fear the day your family's love turns to pity? When you're just a shadow, they tiptoe around. These 5 steps: blueberries, avocados, pomegranates, papayas, apples don't just yank you from the abyss. They hand you back your place at the table, your laughter in the air, your strength in their eyes. It's not science fiction, it's science with soul, and Henry's living proof. Stick with me, your makeover's next, and it's gonna be a wild ride. Let's sit with this a moment. Society has a way of erasing you, turning you into a whisper before your heart's ready to fade. Henry felt it, a wound so deep it stole his breath. Picture him on that sagging porch, rocking alone, waiting for his grandkids' footsteps to thunder up like they used to. But they stopped coming. Those little hands waved from the yard, eyes darting away, too shy to meet his, as if he'd break under their gaze. His daughter hushed to her husband, Dad slipping away. Words like knives, never spoken to his face, just behind trembling hands. Friends who'd once filled his nights with laughter and coffee cups slipped off, leaving empty chairs and a silence that screamed louder than words. "Dr. Henry," he sobbed one dusk, voice breaking like glass. "I'm still here. Why do they treat me like a memory?" That's the stab that bleeds. Society doesn't see age. It sees a ghost, a shell they've already mourned. It's not just Henry's tears. George felt it when his bingo pals turned their backs. His loud "what?" echoing unanswered. They couldn't bear to say, "You're fading." Harold saw it in their pitying glances at his worn shirt, friends swallowing. "He's done." Too kind to speak it. Eleanor wept on the bus. Empty seats circled her hunched frame, kids' eyes screaming, "She's nothing now." Without a sound, Roger heard it in the stillness after his rants, family tiptoeing away, their hearts branding him lost, while he ached to be seen. Frank's neighbors fled his doorstep, his faded presence whispering, "He's gone." Though he stood right there, begging for a hello. It's a slow, silent drowning. No one dare say it. They just let you vanish, piece by breaking piece, until you're a shadow they've buried alive. Here's the ache that chokes. It's not your doing, it's theirs for letting you drift unseen. Henry's soul still burned. They just stopped looking. I've held too many hands through this quiet grief over 50 years, and it tears me apart every time. But Henry's tears turned to fire. He's fighting to be more than a ghost. 20M seniors crying, "I'm still alive." Society may shroud you, but live young, live bold. This is it. Henry's not the broken shadow on that porch anymore. He's 82, hip-hop dancing with grandkids clambering over him, shirt pressed, eyes blazing with a fire we'd all let flicker out. "Dr. Henry," he weeps, voice cracking. "I'd have torn my heart open to feel this alive." George whispers lullabies to his son. "I'd have silenced my soul to hear his voice again." Dorothy strides the park, tears streaming. "I'd have walked through storms to be seen." Margaret twirls, sobbing, "I'm not their burden anymore." Frank races his pup, choking up, "I'm their hero, not a ghost." These fruits, blueberries, avocados, pomegranates, papayas, apples, didn't just mend their bodies. They stitched back the love we'd let unravel, the bonds we'd let slip through careless hands. Here's the truth that'll break you. We've all been blind. Henry's grandkids once ran to him until we stopped looking, stopped caring, left him to fade like a photo in a drawer. Ever picture your grandma's hands, trembling as she waited for a call you never made? Or your dad's laugh, silence cause you were too busy? That's the dagger we've turned them invisible, left them clutching memories while we rush past. And for you seniors, ever see your grandkids' backs as they walk away, their voices growing faint, and feel your heart shatter, knowing they don't need you anymore? That's the sob we've all choked down because age didn't steal them. Our apathy did. Don't forget me. This isn't just health, it's a scream to hold tight before they're gone. So, live young, live bold now, before the tears fall too late. Henry's porch rings with giggles. "They're my world again," he sobs, arms full of grandkids who'd forgotten him. Don't let your parents waste away unseen. Don't let your grandkids slip beyond reach. Here's your lifeline. Join the #FruitSlayer Challenge. 7 days, 5 fruits. Day 1, you're the shadow tired, fading. Day 7, you're dancing alive. Film a tag your kids who've drifted, your grandkids who've turned away, your friends who've stopped calling. Blast it on TikTok, X, Insta, push for 30M views, shout, "I'm here, I'm theirs." Comment, hold them close. Hit like, subscribe. Share this with every soul you've left waiting. Support this channel. Every view is a heartbeat we bring back. Every tear a bond we mend. This is our last chance. Henry's grandkids cling to him now, but yours might not tomorrow. Ever hear your mom's voice crack, "Where are you?" and feel the guilt flood in? Or as a grandparent, see their tiny hands wave goodbye, knowing they've outgrown you? That's the cry I want you to feel, because these fruits don't just save you. They save us all family love, time we can't reclaim once it's ash. Act now before the silence wins, before the porch is empty forever.